Spirits Paranormal After Dark. I'm your host and one of your founders, Angela. Meet my founder, Sherry, and lead investigator.
Hi, how is
Yes,
everybody?
so tonight we would have normally had Melissa on and Michael, but we can't seem to find them at the moment. But they'll probably join us a little bit later. So tonight we thought we'd talk about our investigation that we had on April 11th and maybe talk about a couple other investigations that we really is like stuck in our heads, like the best investigation or evidence that we found on an
Mhm,
investigation, right? Yeah.
mhm.
So let's start with the
Yes.
investigation we just did this past Saturday. How did you feel on Sunday after you woke up?
Small house. I was fine. I didn't not feel drained at all. But I mean, and I didn't sleep much. I didn't get home till 3 in the morning and then I was up at 8. So I did not really feel drained. How
Yeah,
about
me
you?
I was the same way. I when I got home, and me and Michael parted ways, I went in, I brought all my stuff in. So by the time I got to bed, it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock as well. And then I went to sleep.
Hmm.
Like, and I woke up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
like, let's do this. So I was not drained. Now, as the day went on, I don't know if it's because I didn't get as much sleep as I normally do. I did get tired, but I think that was because it wasn't
Mm,
the same amount of sleep I get at night. But as far as energy, I was ready to rock and roll.
yes.
Now, the other two claim to
That's
be
how I feel.
drained.
But I was in bed at nine
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah. The other two claim to be
Yeah.
drained from the investigation.
Yeah. Melissa, I understand. Mike, he did do a lot of talking, a lot of, I mean, I could see. He always says he feels drained after an
Yeah.
investigation. But I mean, I don't feel anything anyways like that. Sometimes I can feel things like, you just know something's there. You feel it like that. But this house seemed very
It did to
peaceful
me
to
too.
me. It didn't seem,
Yeah. Me too.
yeah, I could have literally laid on that bed and
But
just
we
fell
almost
asleep.
did.
It wouldn't have bothered me. Yeah, we did. That was a nice bed.
That's
Nice
true.
bed.
It's a very small house. So for those that are watching,
Mhm,
we went and did a paranormal investigation. This house is built in 1920, so it's very old. It's been remodeled a few times. There's no known history as far as deaths or anything like that. But however, where this house sits, it's a block away from a really big cemetery and a block away from a major intersection. So this house is sitting in between two major, what would you call that? Like areas of town that anything could pass through. They could be a home for
mhm,
transits as far as we're concerned, right? Wouldn't you
mhm.
agree? So their
Yes.
complaints were
Yes.
actually, he said that he saw a shadow head peep out from the bathroom door or around the corner at him while he was sitting on the couch from the corner of his eye. And then he's dreaming about, he's waking up with this blood curdling scream of a woman. And it was so vivid to him that he jumped up out of bed while sleeping and grabbed a gun and ran outside thinking that somebody was being harmed in his front yard because it was that loud. So I'm not
Mhm.
sure if he's getting dreams from, the cemetery, from what, but I couldn't imagine having a dream that scary that you woke up thinking it was that real.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's not real,
Mhm.
but so we just started going,
And not to say that we did catch a few things in the house. I mean, things did go off,
yeah,
but
yes, our
just
meters were
it
going
was so
off.
calm.
We just started going over the evidence, but we have not listened to the EVPs yet or or viewed any video. We have looked at photos. So there are about six, I think, photos that show some orbs out of 117 that were completely clear. So that's pretty
Mhm.
impressive right there. And most of them were in
Yeah.
three rooms: the living room, the master bedroom, and then I think two of them were in the baby's room. One was in the closet.
And that's strange because I did the baby's room. Me and Melissa did, and we got nothing. No EMF spikes, no K2 hits. We got nothing
Yeah.
in that room.
Well, I haven't
Not
watched
anything. I mean, not
this,
saying that
right, I haven't gone
something.
over the EVPs or the, video from that room. When we do, then we'll have to come back and talk about it
Yeah.
again, but yeah, it's kinda weird though, out of
Mhm.
117 photos, there's only a handful that showed anything. There was one a little sketchy, but I
Yes.
debunked it because
Yeah.
I think it was my shadow on the wall, the way the camera took the photo from behind. So it was a
Mhm.
reflection, but the shadow went this way, and I was like, "It just looks too much like my shape," so I just took that one out. There's I just couldn't see it not being me. You know what I mean? But
So my question earlier to you was, so it was so common. I mean, I know every time that we go to a house, we're not going to catch something the first time that we're there. Sometimes we don't get anything at all. But I know everybody was saying how calm it was in the house, and the bedrooms where we got most
Oh,
of the
yeah. I
activity
know where you're going
because
with this.
of
Go.
yeah. So I was scratched. I felt something over here, like a burning sensation again. I thought I got bit by a bug, is what I thought it was. And I went like that, and I could feel the heat on the side. And that's when I told, I think it was Angie or Melissa or Mike, to come look at this real quick. And you could just see it
Yep.
starting to welt up just a little bit. So just because of the box, I know you guys were saying something about the power box that was sitting on that wall. It puts out a lot of
Mhm.
EMF. Is that it? Okay. Puts out a lot of EMF, a lot of energy. Can that cause for something like that to happen? Or does it literally have to be
So
a
I think
spirit,
that
something
box is
there?
feeding the energy to the house, and the spirits are using it
Hmm.
like it was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Although it's like you said, it was very calm. And I also think this
Hmm.
meter is playing a role in how they're perceiving what's in the house as well, because it's only
Yeah.
2 feet away from their bed. How do you have an electrical panel that close to your head and not feel drained every day? How do you not feel
Yeah.
emotionally tired? You know what I mean? I just don't know how they're sleeping in that
Hmm.
room like that. But I agree. I think that that
Yeah.
panel is feeding whatever's in the home. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Or
Well, even Melissa, look at Melissa. She said she felt like she got chopped and she was standing there and then something would
mhm,
grabbed her foot or was touching her foot and then something like hit her in the back of the knees. It made her
yeah, she
knees
buckled.
buckle on that one side of the
Yep, she
bed.
buckled and
Yeah.
made a run for it,
And
and then she
the
said she goes, "Do you have is your cat under the bed?" She thought she was being touched.
yeah. And there was
Mm-mm.
no cat there. The cat was
But
not
like you
there.
said, it did not feel
So, I
heavy.
mean, some
That's the weirdest
interesting
thing.
things did happen. Yeah, nothing at all. Even with that happening with the scratch, I was like, I felt very tired. I could have laid there when we were doing our
Mhm.
session on the bed there. I could have just closed my, usually I'm nervous. When we do the, what's it called? Oh gosh, I have a brain fart where we blindfold
Oh, the
us.
Estes.
What's it called? Estes. There you go. Estes. I was going to call it the Epstein
No,
files.
don't call it that.
The Estes. When we were doing that, literally, I'm nervous to do it because I'm
What are you
afraid.
afraid of?
Not afraid, but I don't know. I'm always thinking, what if it says something bad in my ear or screams or,
You have to
I don't
repeat
know
it.
what you guys are
Yeah?
asking. Is it answering me? There's a million things going through my head and I'm listening so hard, it makes
Yeah.
me nervous. And when we were doing it that night, laying there, it was like I only got a few words here and there. And who knows? I was hearing music. I was hearing Spanish
Oh, yeah, I
people.
did
I was
too.
hearing,
Mhm.
just yeah, so I was like, it was nothing that stood out
I
to
kept
me
hearing
to
Gloria
answer something,
Estefan.
not a lot. Yes, I heard you say that.
Come back, let's do the
That was
conga.
funny. So when I was laying there, I literally could have just kept my eyes shut and went to sleep.
Mhm.
That didn't bother me at all. It didn't
Me too.
phase me. So I don't think I'm with you with, I think whatever's in that house, it's something that just passes through, like maybe from the cemetery or, it has to be something that's old. What is that word that we kept getting on the
Oh,
ovulus?
was it the medicine that you were taking?
Yeah, yeah, but it wasn't the medicine. It's not a medicine. I meant
Uh,
something else. Mine was started with an F. This started with a P.
shoot.
I can't
It'll
think of
be
what
on the
it said.
video. What was it saying?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
started with a P. But it said that, I mean, multiple times, probably like five or
It did.
six times on the ovulus itself.
What did it say?
So that
I
was
can't
kind
remember
of
what it said.
strange to me. I can't either.
I thought it was your medicine though, because
Pen
you kept saying, "That's what I take. That's what I take." No?
because it sounded just like it. And then when I looked it up, I was like, nope, and mine started with an F. This started with a
Is it still
P.
on your phone?
That sounded very similar. I don't know. I can try. No, probably not.
Your search history?
No.
It's crazy. I can't I'm gonna
Let
after
me
the
look this.
podcast, I'm gonna start doing the
Hmm.
EVPs and see what we find. I can't That's so funny. I
Yeah,
can't
see,
remember what it said.
I swipe out of
Oh, you
everything.
do?
I swipe out of
Oh, you do?
everything. Yeah. I can't think of the name of it now.
That's all right.
But it meant it was something psychological. That's what it was. I can't think of what it was. But yeah, so it kept saying that. And then what was something else that it said that made me think really old, like
Oh,
war?
it was
That's
talking
what I
about
was
it did
thinking
say
of.
war and it said native. Like it was going. The obvious Ovilus was going through a
Mhm.
bunch of words, but it kept talking about military.
Yeah. Yes. So that's what makes me think it was something from the cemetery.
Yeah, it was saying general and then war, native.
Mhm. Pl Gosh, I can't think of the
Placebo.
name of that. It's gonna drive me crazy.
Yeah,
Placebo. There you go. So there's something else. It's close to placebo that it's a medicine. So, but it's not placebo. Placebo meant, let me tell you what it meant. Placebo.
that's. I can't believe I just remembered that.
What does placebo mean? Placebo is an inactive substance or treatment like a sugar pill, saline injection, or sham procedure that contains no active medicine, used in research to compare against real drugs. It is designed to look and feel like an active treatment to test efficiency or to provide mental relief to a patient, called the placebo
It
effect.
said that what, like eight times maybe?
Oh gosh. Yeah, it said it a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Said it a lot, yeah. Placebo, that was it. And the medicine is
Oh,
placebo,
yours.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So there's a yes, yeah.
That's crazy.
So when it kept saying that, it's like, how did it know placebo? How did it know that?
That's
Yeah,
funny.
so it was an interesting. I mean, it was an I hope things are calm over there. I hope nothing has worsened for them and it's
Well,
okay.
he hasn't reached out
I
to me, so
do.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that it's
Good.
gotten worse or anything like that. But he was quiet for that whole week
Mhm.
after he asked us to come out there. But now he
Yeah.
wants to move because now he's worried about the electric panel after we explained to him what it's doing to his dreams and stuff like that.
Just cover
Yeah.
it.
He doesn't
Cover
want
it,
to. He wants
yeah.
to move.
All he's gotta do is
Yeah.
cover it.
So
I told him I'll take the house. That was a cute
I would
house.
love to own that house.
Yeah, me
19's
too.
20.
Yeah, so that was interesting.
I
It
know.
was interesting.
So let me take you back a long
Mhm.
time ago. You ready? How about that investigation that we
Yes.
did when we've talked about it 100 times, where me, you, and an ex teammate were setting up camera at the Saxon Manor Christmas house. But what was it called back then? Rosma,
Roger's
yeah,
Christmas
Roger's
house.
Christmas house.
Roger's
And
Christmas
we were
house.
setting up camera, and we just sat. We turned them on, hooked them up, made a run for it. Kept going from room to room because it's a big ass house. And when
Mhm.
we reviewed the video, we found that image of what appears to be a little girl coming out of like a closet or a bathroom, whatever. I think that was a bathroom at the time. Come out of the closet, turn the
Mhm.
corner, come back into the closet. But as she does, you see the head turn. It's like almost she had a bob on her head and turned and looked at us. Was that not the
Mhm.
coolest evidence ever?
Stared at us.
Yeah, like stared at. You could see the
That was the
eyes and
best
everything.
piece of yes, everything. That was the best piece of evidence besides the top hat guy and just a few other, but that has to be probably the best piece of evidence we've ever caught.
That was awesome.
That was just cool. Yes, very there's no explanation for that. No, there was nothing, the lighting, nothing. There was no
Nope,
explaining
nothing
that.
coming through the
That was
windows. It
really,
was because
really
that was
good.
a black room. It's a
Yep.
black room. So that
Mhm.
one's a cool one.
Yes.
I would
Yes, that was
love,
very
love, love,
cool.
love to do that one again, but it's hard to get inside of there because she's so busy with her property.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a really cool.
And Dorothea, her even though she has all that going on there, she's at peace with it. It
Oh
doesn't
no,
bother them. It doesn't
it's not a
bother
harmful
anybody.
ghost at all.
Yeah, she's always said, yeah, nothing harmful. She's actually okay with it. She's always said that it doesn't bother her. Women have said that they felt her tug on a wedding dress, like on them, that kind of stuff. It doesn't
Mm-mm.
bother anybody. And there's quite a few
Oh
there.
yeah.
There's quite a that's where we also caught the
Oh
top
yeah.
hat guy.
Remember we're up here
You
in
got
this
we
house
seen
looking
that.
across the way at the other house, and he just walked on by the window like he was Cool Mojo.
Yeah.
We were all like,
Mhm. We caught quite a
"Oh my
lot out
gosh,
there.
that she's got the best property to
That's
investigate."
where the goat girl
Yeah.
was. Yes. The goat
Yeah, I'm
girl.
like, "Yeah, you gotta go."
Yeah, and that was another really good piece of evidence. When we went through those pictures and we seen that, and Melissa knew there was something wrong with
Yeah.
her.
Do you
She
remember I
felt
yelled
it.
at her
She
too?
didn't
I was
want to
like,
be by her.
if you saw that, why didn't you tell us the whole time that girl was sitting there with a goat on her? You
Yes.
didn't even tell me." I had to catch it with a camera.
That was I wish is there a way to
Oh,
upload
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
stuff
I'll
on
put the
here
goat picture.
where they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see that stuff? Yeah.
Because
That
the
is,
2 friends were
I mean,
sitting they're
we've
like
gotten the
I'm like,
best stuff.
"Let me go outside and take some pictures of the house while we're here." Then I find these 2 girls
Mhm,
roaming the property, and I'm like,
mhm.
"What are you doing?" They're like, "We're on a ghost hunt." I'm like, are you on a team?" They're like, "No, we're just, we're just amateurs. We're just playing around." I'm like, "That's not something you play with." I go, "You wanna go inside and do a real investigation with us?" They're like, "Oh my god, yes." Bring them in. We're sitting in the kumbaya circle, and I'm, like, snapping pictures, and I'm like, "Sherry, we gotta kick them out."
I was like, "I've been seeing
Yeah,
it all night."
yeah.
We're like,
She's like,
"What?"
"No, it's like an
And you didn't
a"
say
she go, "What'd the
anything?
girls say?" I said, "Come on, we gotta go outside. I need to show you something." We go outside, and I go, "Do you know what this is?" She's like, "What is that?" I'm like, pretty sure you have a demon attached to you. I've never seen a goat head stuck to anybody before." And she's like, "Oh my god, I thought it was a little girl. She's been with me my whole life." I'm like, "No, she hasn't. It's a goat head of a demon."
Yeah, I think who looked that up? Who looked that up
I
to
did
see what
because I was
that
so
meant,
freaked
was a
out.
goat? Yeah, and I think it was in a couple
Yeah,
pictures that we took
but
of
she
her.
said that when she sees it,
One was above her and then it
yeah,
was
she
beside
says
her.
that when she's seen it or sees it, it makes itself look like a little girl. Yeah.
A
And
little
I'm like
girl.
I'm like, "No, no, no. Demons could do whatever they want. You better go see your priest, dude. You need to go." Because at that time we weren't doing any cleansing, and I don't even think a cleansing would fix that.
No, I don't think so. That was good. We've had a door shut on
Mhm.
us in there, which we've never had happen before, and it scared the complete crap out of
Oh,
Jamie
yeah.
and Melissa. Do you remember that? All of a sudden, here come Jamie running, the door to shut, the door to shut, and you watching the door just go. And so I went over there. I was like, "Oh, guys, it's just because it's a wood house." And I went over there, tried to walk for it to see if it would close. Nope, it didn't budge. And then it
'Cause
just
it was a
started
heavy
creaking
door,
open again. I
right?
was like,
Wasn't it
"Fuck,
those
I'm out
heavy
of
ones?
here." Yeah, it was one of the big wooden doors. Yep. We've had a
I
lot
know. I
happen over
miss
there.
investigating over there.
Yeah,
And
me too.
The Saxon house, I wish it was restored enough that we could go back into it. It's falling to pieces, but,
Hmm.
we when we did those tours through there, we used to get a bunch of stuff in that house. That was
Yes,
cool.
we did.
That those were the good investigations. And then
Those were.
when we went out to do you remember we went out to that park? What is it, St. Pete maybe? Where the Indian mounds are right by the water? Do you remember, like, there's, like, oh, I'm gonna have to bring up the pictures of us on it. We're walking through the Indian mountains. It's like little hills, and we took pictures, and we would get blue orbs and blue clouds, like, floating through the air. You don't you don't
I'd
remember
have to
that?
look. Uh,
You've got selective memory, Sherry.
no,
Next
I
so on
do.
one side of the property
I'm
was
trying.
a, bird sanctuary, and over here was the
Hmm.
bar that was said to have had Al Capone, in it. I
I don't
cannot
remember
remember
that.
I can't think of the name of that park over there. We went to
Wait a second. Is that where we've seen a
Yes, that's
snake?
the one.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
that one
that.
was a good one
Yes.
because we always got
Okay.
orbs, blue, bright blue ones and orange ones floating around in there.
Mm-hmm.
But that one photo, I cannot find it. I must have deleted it like an idiot because that's what I like to do. Like, it looked like because it was like
Mm-hmm.
midnight, no lights, and it was like in the film, a blue, like wavy, dark blue wavy cloud floating through it. That was the best.
I remember that. Yes, I
Yeah, we
remember
made a
that.
run for it for the snake.
Another one that stands out for me that we went to was that Cuban lady's house. We had to go
Oh
out there two
yeah.
or three times over
It
there in
started with the
Tampa.
bird. It
And I
started with
think
the
it,
bird cage.
yeah, yes. And the first time we went, we
Mm-mm.
really didn't get anything. And then the second time we went, remember we had Lexi and Bree with us. Was it
Jamie.
Lexi or was it
She's the one that
Jamie? I
yelled
think
at
it was
the
Jamie.
REM pod.
Yes, because it was like that's the first time our REM pod had ever went off like
Mhm.
that, ever. And that was so
It went
cool.
off and Jimmy goes,
I was like, she yelled at it.
we both
That
go,
was funny.
"That's what we want. Don't tell it to leave." And
That
then
was
the third
funny.
time we went out, Michael went with
Yeah.
us.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't think we got
Not
too
with
much
him. It
then
was the
either.
second time. But
That's
what started was that video she
yeah.
sent because she thought that the paranormal, like a ghost was pulling from the bird cage, the bottom feeder tray was
Mhm,
coming open, but it was really the bird that
mhm.
was pushing it. But what made me say yes, we'd come
Yes.
was when I slowed down the video on the outside of the bird cage while it was outside her glass door, and I still have that video. You see
Mhm.
a figure walk. I mean, like speed of light across the cage like that. So when I
Mhm. She was having things going on in the
yes,
house as
yep.
well.
But me seeing
Mhm.
that is what made us take that case, and I'm glad we did.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was good. And the one in Orlando, that was a good
The one with the
one
kids,
because you were on you crawling
the demon dog.
no. The one with you on yeah, the demon dog crawling across the floor while the grandfather was
I didn't
asleep
want
in
to
the
wake him
bed.
up
That one, God, we how many
to
times did
his
we
house.
go out
It
there?
was
3
probably
or
about the
4?
same thing 4 or 5
Yeah.
times.
Yes.
Because
We went out
so
there a lot, a
besides
lot.
playing with the army crawl, we were sitting on the bed. I think it was me and you. Because Lori went to that one, didn't she?
No, it was just me
The
and you.
bed got kicked. I felt it. It shook me.
Or
Yeah, I
was
think
Lori
so.
with us?
It kicked the bed. And
Mhm.
remember, he would put salt and holy water underneath the bed with his
Yep,
Bible
underneath the
open.
bed. Yep.
The bed shook that time. And then in the grandma's room, they had the electric panel next to the dresser. Do you remember? But the
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
her memory card on the dresser, when you would get near it, would go off with the EMF detector. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes, it would go
that
off.
one was a very interesting case to say the least.
And what was very, very sad about he was on a lot of medication that he
Yeah.
hid from us. I went to the bathroom and we seen it. We actually ended up calling a demonologist to go out
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Wasn't that it? We called somebody to go out there for the case. And then he would contact me here and there to let me know that, he would tell me things were still really bad. And he ended up
He
committing
did.
suicide.
That was sad.
I told you that because
He couldn't let it
psychologically,
go.
it really ate him alive. Yeah. And I felt so bad for that because I thought, gosh, I mean, we tried. We tried to help him. I think a lot was maybe it was psychological. I don't know. Was something
Well,
that's
even
another
the
case I would just love
demonologist,
to know
after they were
was
done, he said that they cleaned the house. There was nothing there
yeah. Yes. They even buried didn't no, we were there too, weren't we? And didn't you bury
in the yard.
those things on
Yeah.
the property? Yeah.
To
Yeah, I
protect the
remember
house.
that. I felt horrible though. Yes. Yeah. Poor guy. Poor guy. I can't imagine
I think
something eating
the
at you
funniest one
that
that we
bad.
ever did was in Orlando again, where the girl, we
Mhm.
were in their house and nothing was happening. And she's like, "You want to go to the cemetery?" We're like, "Sure, let's go."
Yeah.
And we're at the
Get in, you fuckers.
we're investigating the cemetery, and all of a sudden she goes, "Get in your car! Somebody's coming!" We're like, "Oh my god, why are we scared? We do this all the time." We jump in the car.
Uh-huh.
The boyfriend is outside with a cast, and he's running while she's driving, and she's yelling at him, "Get in the truck, you stupid fucker!"
We have
My
had
god,
some
that
really
was the
good
best.
ones.
Oh my god, he did. He hopped in the trunk, and all you hear is ka-dunk, 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 ka-dunk.
Yeah. She was like flying through her like
I thought we were gonna die. We're like, oh my god, we. I think we put ourselves into some situations that we probably should have never did, but
Yes.
at the
Yeah.
end of the day, they were totally worth it.
Yes, they were. We've had some good
Yeah.
ones. We have. I'm trying to think of others that we've done.
Oh gosh, they like come and go in like flash memory. You know what I mean?
Remember when we first started doing this and you used to get so upset with me because I forgot who was it? Who was it? I had to go do remember the
Oh
web girls,
yeah,
Debbie and
yeah. I didn't
their
like them.
daughter. And they were like, they called me and said that something, I forgot what it was. And me and Mike went out to the house. Me, Mike, maybe it was,
The trailer. I went out one time
oh
with you
gosh,
guys,
what's
but
his
she
name?
kept calling
Ramon.
and calling and calling.
Yes, she said that they were coming
Yeah.
after me, remember? And I was so scared that supposedly I forgot what it was. That one hits
Yeah,
me
but
odd. I
isn't that the
think
same
about
house
that
that
because I see
the
them.
other team goes, "Oh, let's put a shield around the house, and I can do it telepathically from it." And I'm yelling at
Yes.
you, they can't do that.
No, what it was is they had a demonologist and he said that he could do whatever he needed to do over the phone for them. And I was like, "What?" And you were like, "I can't do that." I
Yeah,
remember that.
and you need to come and do take my class so I could teach you how to shield yourself with a protection light ball or
Yes.
something. I'm like, Sherry, if you don't get rid of these people, I'm going to, and it's not going to be nice.
Yeah, I remember that. But what was funny was only him that was like that. We went to their house. Do you remember we went to his
Yeah, I didn't
house?
like it.
It was me. Yeah, we went over to his house for something. I don't know what it was for, but we went out there and but we went with his team to Tennessee and they were great. Remember we
Oh
worked
yeah,
with
but
what was the woman's
he
name
wasn't
that
there though,
passed
was he?
away? No, he just
Right.
worked like
The
for
his
them if they
teammates were
needed him as a
awesome when they were with
demonologist.
us in Tennessee. There was none of that
Yes.
craziness that he was talking
Yes.
about. They
Nope.
acted like
Nope. We had a
yeah,
really
they
good
acted
time
like
with
us.
them.
Tennessee investigation, that was crazy.
That
Yeah,
was wild.
that was a good
Yes.
one. I can't wait to go back.
That was wild. I can't wait to go. Yes, I know. I
It's
can't
not gonna
wait.
be the same because they
Yes. I
cleaned it
hope.
up a little bit. As far as I know, there's only power to one floor because I asked somebody on TikTok about it. I think
um,
power to the main floor. But remember that elevator dinged?
It's the same floor that we
Yeah,
stayed on.
that elevator dinged and we
It's
made a
that
run
same
for it.
floor that we
But
stayed.
then, like the other things that
Yes.
were bizarre things that kept happening, like your friend and my friend were battling it out, putting the both of us in the middle, like they were both possessed by a demon. But when we would leave, they would act their normal.
They were fine. Yep. Yes, I
Is
remember that. We were actually, me and you were ready. I'm ready to pack up and just
yeah,
leave.
because we were had it.
We
We
were
had
ready
it.
to just pack up and
It was
go.
like those
Yes.
two were demons all of a sudden
Yeah.
when we're like after when the second day started is when they started going after each other. But when
Uh-huh.
we would separate
Yeah.
them or we would leave the building, they were both fine.
They
It
were
was the
fine.
bizarrest thing
Yep.
I've ever seen in my life. And then I
Hmm.
remember we had gotten to the point where you were like, "That's it, I'm done." Called your husband, had him come up there, brought the kids, and me and you're sitting outside, and the baby, she was like wanting to go in, and I'm like, "Don't let her go in there. Crazy shit's happening." Like that was the bizarrest thing that I've ever seen with my eye. How somebody could
Yes.
change so
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
Because I'd never seen your friend act like that, and
Hmm.
I'd never seen my
Yeah.
friend do that in that sense of anger. It
Hmm.
was insane.
Right.
But we got good evidence out
Yeah.
of that
It
too.
was. It was bad. Yeah. But they finally calmed down. They did. They calmed down towards the end.
Yeah, we after had to exorcism them. That was a
Yeah.
good one, but I can't wait to go back to there. Come on, August.
Yeah. Me
Come on,
either.
August. Yeah.
Right. The months are rolling by. Gosh, they are. May, June,
Yeah.
July. Oh shit.
Here,
Yeah,
let
we're
me tell you
almost
how many
there.
days you got. I keep a count. 120 days. So
There you go.
exactly 4 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm excited.
So now we
I'm
have
excited.
this upcoming investigation this Saturday coming, which is right. Is it this Saturday?
Uh-huh.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. No. Yeah, not
The
this
following. Yeah.
Saturday, the following
It's the
Saturday.
Gilchrist Jail. Are you excited about that?
Is it this Saturday? No. It's the
Yeah, the
25th
25th.
we go.
Yeah, don't do that
Uh-huh.
to us. So we have the jail on the
Right?
25th, then we have a home investigation on the 2nd. But this goes back to
Yeah.
back Saturdays, but the jail, I've been watching some of the podcasts that the owner and his two
Uh-huh.
partners, like I'm gonna call them partners, are doing.
Uh-huh.
Man, there's some crazy stuff
Uh-huh.
go on at the jail. Yeah, like being
Really?
shoved down the staircase.
Well, I remember years and years ago when we wanted to investigate it, when I first found that place, the person who had it at that time was like, "You're an all-girl group?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "No, we can't have you out there." Because such bad things were
Yeah,
happening out there at that time. They wouldn't let
which
all
I think is
girls go out
stupid
there.
because we could protect ourselves.
So I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
forward to
Yeah,
that.
so they talked about being shoved down the staircase, getting pushed, getting scratched. There's a mimic that mimics you, like the look of you.
Uh-huh.
So the guy was saying that he thought
Uh-huh.
one of the investigators from a team that were there was in a cell pod when he wasn't. He was in a whole nother room,
Uh-huh. That would be
right? Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
And then
Oh,
voices. He said that even attachments as far as the strong one, his name they call him Bobby, but his real name is Robert. He died in the jail. Somehow enters the body and uses you to speak. Yeah, right. So I guess there was the investigator standing next to I can't Patrick is his name. And he told Patrick, go fuck off or get the fuck out, something like that. And he looked at him and he goes, dude, I don't know why I said that. And then a couple seconds later, he made another derogatory comment to him. And he goes, it's not me. I don't know where it's coming from. And it was the entity inside of him speaking to Patrick,
That would be
right? I think that's kind of
crazy.
cool. So you got that, and
Yeah, it
then
is.
there's an entity. One of the male entities like blonde. So here you go. We're gonna have some activity.
Mhm.
Um,
Yes.
in cell in the cell. I call them pods. In the cell room 4 houses 6 people,
Mhm.
and apparently one night when the sheriff left
Mhm.
after dinner, they don't know if it was a fight or if he just did it, but there was a hanging in that cell of one of the men that was in there. So there's been a lot of deaths in there and a lot of suicide.
Mhm.
So who knows?
I
Yeah.
see.
So they're talking about 4 strong
It'll be
entities in there. The
interesting.
sheriff, the man who killed the sheriff, Bobby, and I can't think of the other guy's name. I wrote it down, but that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.